Where do we drop?
Yeah, I started it back up again. Oh, we are back live. We'll probably say this last little bit and then we'll call it a night, dude. Kind of tired, anyways.
Go for it.
What's up, RPG? So my game crashed, and when it crashed, it brought down the whole stream, and so I started up a different game so we can continue on. What's up, Henry? Yeah, the stream crashed. Well, the game crashed, and therefore kicked the stream out. So I went ahead and jumped into Vampire Survivors so we can continue on. There ain't no way this fucking game's crashing. It's like 2-bit. It's a 2-bit fucking game. Nelson's favorite. Nelson
Love that
likes it
shit.
when you see the fucking squares on the fucking screen. He likes to sit there with his water bottle and just count every single one. The bigger the screen, the more fucking pixels he can count.
I like my beat 'em ups, all right?
I no bullshit. I give you shit about them, but in the back of my mind and my self-conscious soul, I think you're a real gamer because you like those games. I said it. I think you're
I,
like one of the real gamers because you like those weak ass games.
I grew up with the shit. I
I
love
mean,
them.
so do I, Nelson, but we're in 2025, my guy. We
Yeah.
have shit like The Last of
Super
Us.
Mario 3 is the shit.
It is a shit, but I mean, we got shit like fucking Space Marine and fucking shit looks like fucking art. Looks like real life
Different. I
graphics.
like different types of games.
That's
Mm.
true. But that's what's up, bro. Because Nelson likes different games. I like different games. Nelson says I like too many games, which is a fucking problem now. Um, but hey, we all love gaming. That's why we're here. But pick
Hey,
up
my
what
game
we're
of the year 2021 was Fist, so
really.
yep.
I played the game, but I haven't beat it.
I love that game.
I think I got like 4 hours into it or something. Is it a long game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is it co-op?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know, dude. I've been talking shit, but I've been loving Vampire Survivors. So I don't know what it is about it. I think it's the gameplay loop. I don't know. I have
I
no
put
idea
46 hours into it, and I only got 42% of the trophies.
for which one.
Fist.
Really. Who developed that game? Do you know?
China.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, China's been coming with heat, bro. Fizz is the first one that I know of, and now Wukong. Hey, where you at for Wukong? Did you beat it?
No, I've been playing Astrobot most of the time.
Oh, nice. China Hero Project, that's a fact.
I love what game is it too? Animutanium. That's a
Oh,
Chinese
yeah,
game too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I own that
China's
game.
quickly becoming my favorite
Country
development
developers.
region.
Mm. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry that the stream cut out, guys. The game, hey, we're podcasting on a budget, baby. Nelson ain't rich. That's why he's got to work all this overtime. I ain't rich. That's why I work 50 hours a week. So bear with us. Bear with us. We're working this out. Eventually, when y'all drop them 50 bombs on here, and we have 1,000 subscribers, and we have Halle Berry, guest starring on the podcast, and we fucking have Ghost of Yote fucking early release, then y'all will get better quality. But to now, all we got is a fucking headset, a fucking PS5, and Vampire Survivors. And fucking Nelson over here, who just worked on a Sunday, came home, fed his kids, got his shit ready. Even though he's sick, hop on in. That's all we got for y'all, man. So please excuse us and thank you so much for joining us back up. But we left off at talking shit about Ghost of, well, not Ghost of Yote, but talking shit about the voice actress for Ghost of Yote. I hope that she just leaves the fucking game alone. Don't like bring any negative attention to the fucking game. Just do your fucking job. Promote the fucking game. I hope that Sucker Punch did a great job with this game. I hope that it is an anthology series and we have Ghost of Tsushima 2. I hope that we have Ghost of France and Ghost of whatever the fuck else coming. I hope all these things are true. But the reality is, guys, it takes 4, 5, 6 years to develop these games, man. So I don't know how many more games we're gonna get from Sucker Punch or any of these people. You know who else I'm waiting on, Nelson? Ben Studios. What do you think they're working on?
I know they're working on a co-op game. I just don't know what kind.
On a what game?
Or it's a multiplayer game, but I'm hoping it's co-op, I should say.
Oh yeah. Well, that was on my Dear PlayStation video. I said I wanted more co-op games, couch co-op and online co-op games with good campaigns. Cause dude, me, you, Henry, like me and Henry were playing Atlas Fallen, Remnant.
No, it was I consider Remnant a live service too, but it's done well. It's just reoccurring.
Wait a minute. How do you consider it to be a live service? There's no skins. There's no nothing you can buy.
Are you buying stuff continuously?
No, not in Remnant. You just buy the DLCs.
Well, that's a live service. So you continue to buy. It's just like fucking World of Warcraft or something.
No. So Spider-Man's a live service.
It only had one DLC.
Remnant only has 3 DLCs. That's it. They're done.
Only?
Yeah, only. They just released a third one last week. That's it. No more Remnant. So now, do you still think it's a live service game?
Yes.
How? Chat. Is Nelson talking shit? Or am I wrong here? Nelson says that Remnant 2 is a live service game because they dropped 3 DLCs.
It's ongoing, isn't it? The game's like 2 years old.
It's 1 year old. It's a year and like 3 months old, and that's it. No more DLCs for this game. They're done.
Did they say that?
Yes. Oh. Yes. It's the final DLC. Let's see. Yeah, bro, keep shit. As long as her shit. Oh, chat, let us know. Is Nelson fucking talking shit, or am I the one who's fucking ignorant? Yeah, no, bro. This is it. 3 DLCs. That's it. They're done. I will consider live service to be like you got to be always online. You can buy loot boxes, skins, season passes. Like that's a live service game. There's no season pass. Oh, there is a season pass, but it just gets you all the DLCs. Which is 3 of them.
Okay, well, before COD had seasons, did you consider COD a live service game because it had map packs?
Yes. No. I did not consider COD a live service game. No, because not until they released Warzone is when I think I put it in the live service category. Because you just buy the game.
I did. Yeah, I know, but you don't have to buy add-ons either. But yeah, keep adding onto it and shit. Yeah, that's considered live service. You're just thinking of the online shooter shit, but that's not the only definition of live service.
I'm not using live or shooter as a live service category because look at Diablo. Diablo's not a fucking shooter at all, and that's a live service. Yeah. Henry says, or RPG says, I don't see it as live service. Battle Pass and MTX shops are live service to me. Yes, I agree. Henry says
you can have free online going content. It can be fucking live service.
Yeah, but this game you don't need online.
Remnant?
You don't need online for Remnant. The game's on the disc. Henry says it's not live service, but it's a solid way of doing live service. They were to continue dropping content, like it could be their way of doing live. Yeah, I mean they can redefine the live service by dropping a DLC every 6 months, every 8 months, where it's a campaign, 4, 5, 6 hours long, kind of like Destiny. But even Destiny is PvE. Helldivers is PvE. This is a single player game that you can play co-op. Remnant 2, you don't need anybody. You can not have internet, install the fucking thing, and play it. So I think what I consider live service is a game that you have to be connected online and you can buy, battle passes and shit like that. What is
Okay,
NMS?
well, it says games as a service are ways to monetize video games either after their initial sale or to support free to play. Games released under GAS typically receive long or indefinite stream of monetization and new content over time to encourage players to continue to support the game. You're continuing to support the game. That's what I'm saying. It's not the typical that you think of, but continuing to buy add-ons and stuff like that is.
So then Horizon's live service, God of War's live service.
I consider more than one DLC live service.
Oh, come on, you're sounding like a bot right now. So one DLC is not a live service, but anything more than one is a live service. Come on, listen to yourself. Makes no sense, Nelson. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, that's a live service then. This is a good conversation here.
Kind of.
No, these are not live service games. Live service games are always online. That's the number one thing. Number two is shops. You can buy battle passes. You can buy seasons. Spider-Man, thank you, not your mother. Spider-Man 2019, which had 3 DLCs, is a live service. Nelson?
What did?
Spider-Man 2019 had 3 DLCs. Is that a live service?
Yeah, I would say that was.
So Nelson says, yes, that's a live service. I wholeheartedly disagree with that. Or 2018, yes, Spider-Man 2000. I disagree with that. I think live service is a game where you have to be online and they are constantly dropping content that you have to buy, and inclusion of that, skin packs, all the other shit too. That would be a live service. So like Diablo is a live service. Fortnite obviously is a live service. I guess I would consider any game where you don't have to be hooked up to the internet to be a non-live service game. So if you don't have to be hooked up to the internet, it is not a live service game. If you do have to be hooked up to the internet, then it's a live service game. Because you have to be live at all times in order to play it. Whether you buy it once.
I didn't know you could play it offline, so.
Yeah, you can play it offline. Remember, I think it's like 95% of games on PlayStation are DRM free, and also the games are on the disc themselves. Unlike Xbox, where it's only the licensing that's on the disc, and then you have to be online in order to authenticate that license to play the fucking game.
I know you can't even play your digital library if you don't have an internet.
Nope. Can't even do that, which sucks ass, dude. I was asking Nelson about this, and he doesn't give a fuck about physical because he doesn't collect physical because of his kids. Fuck shit up. But I was telling Nelson, just because you don't like physical doesn't mean that you should root against it. I used to be all
physical before I had kids.
Oh, I know.
But I didn't have anybody I had to game share with either and stuff, so. And I took care of my shit a lot better.
Yes, Assassin's Creed is live service. I think for sure Assassin's Creed is live service. What do you think, Not Your Mother? Is Assassin's Creed not a live service, or it is a live service? But what I was telling Nelson about the physical stuff is that we'll use Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn Remaster showed up on the State of Play. We just found out the game's going to be $49.99, $50. If you own the game, it's a $10 upgrade path. My problem with that is about a month ago, PlayStation, or on the PlayStation Store, Horizon Zero Dawn was $19.99. So PlayStation doubled the price. So for newcomers, when they buy the game, they still spend $50 out of pocket to get the remastered version. Now, if you already have it, it's only $10 out of pocket. The reason I prefer physical or I like physical, and even if you don't like physical, you should still want physical to stay, is because you can go to GameStop right now and get a pre-owned copy of Zero Dawn for 10 to 20 bucks. You can find a brand new copy sealed between 10 and 20 bucks on Amazon. PlayStation cannot raise the price on that. That is a big reason of why PlayStation has a class action lawsuit on it because of the storefront and how it's monopolistic, meaning that you can only buy PlayStation games digitally on the PlayStation Store. As a matter of fact, you can only buy digital games on PlayStation on the PlayStation Store. Only there. So you cannot shop price, you cannot go anywhere else and buy these games. And therefore, PlayStation is defending a class action lawsuit, which they'll probably lose, and we'll all receive a check for about 32 cents in about 10 years. I really am liking what, and I can't believe I'm saying this because there's nothing California does that I like, but what I'm liking is that right now they're passing the law of where they have to tell you on the digital storefront that the content you're buying does not belong to you. It is a license, which I think is awesome because, hey, if you still want to buy it, go right ahead. But people need to be really aware that whenever you buy something digitally, it does not belong to you. And I told Nelson this a couple days ago of examples. Grand Theft Auto, the remake they did a couple years back, or the remaster, some of the music from Vice City is no longer available on the remaster because of licensing issues. What other problems do we come across digitally? Well, if PlayStation deems that you chatting with Will is they don't like the verbiage you're using, well, they can block your account, and guess what? You just lost out on everything. You lost out on every single game you've ever bought on that account. What's another one? Do you guys remember Stellar Blade when they dropped the demo early on accident? And what did PlayStation do? They went right in there and shut that bitch down. So you downloaded it while you were at work. You got home. That bitch was no longer there.
To be fair, you don't own a demo.
I understand that, but that's just more additive. If I would have disconnected from the internet, I would have still had that demo. I don't like the fact that they can reach over the wires and change shit without my permission. Same thing is happening with happened with Concord. Whether you got a refund or not, they pulled that game out. You have no more access to it. So there's a lot of different things that being all digital are beneficial, but there's also so many things that are negative about it. I don't think digital should go away. I think digital should continue to grow. We should have more options for digital. We should be protected by the law when it comes to digital. But also, we need to keep physical around to keep digital in check. Because, yes, there's a lot of great sales going on the PlayStation Store, and every month they have great sales. But you don't really get sales day one. I use Skull and Bones all the time. I pre-ordered Skull and Bones, that shit show of a game. But the reason I did is because I paid $30 for it. Even to this day, Skull and Bones is still more than $30 on a PlayStation Store. And that game came out back in, I think it was January or February. So the newer games, you're not going to see a big discount until years after. Where physical, they're on a rotation. They're on a turn-based, meaning, so where I work, we have the turn system. The higher the number, the more you're turning the product. Meaning, from when you get a certain item, how long will it take for you to sell that item? Every store is going to have a different number. For example, at your local grocery store, the turn for bread, they're going to want it within 3 or 4 days. Meaning that if they're buying bread, Wonder Bread, and it takes them 5 days to sell it, that is a slow turn because the bread is going to go bad. So they might stop ordering Wonder Bread because obviously it's taking too long to sell. Now, if they have another bread from John's Bakery and their turn is 2 days, that's a very good turn. Meaning they're getting it in 2 days, they're selling it. Stores do the same shit. We talked about earlier with Sega and how their deal with retailers was if you don't sell the product, we'll buy it back from you, and it cost them a shit ton of money. Well, they'll sell $200-300 million worth of product, but then in 6 months or a year, they're buying back $100 million. They fucked themselves. Video games is similar today, where they have a game. Let's use, I don't know, give me a game, Gran Turismo. Let's say Gran Turismo is at Walmart. Came out, let's say today, September 29th. If by October 29th they didn't sell that many copies, then they're going to cut the price a little bit. By November 29th, they don't sell so many copies, they're going to cut the price a little bit. And they're going to keep doing that till they sell out. And then they won't order anymore. On the digital side, it don't matter if you buy a whole bunch now or you never do. They'll keep the same fucking price till they feel like they need to move more, and then they'll bring the price down. So the consumer controls the physical market in more ways than one. That's why it's so important, guys. If you love getting great gaming deals, if you love having physical ownership or just ownership in general, physical is the way to go. Now, unfortunately, in the world we live today, that's not possible. Hey, Josh, what's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for swinging through. But it's very important that we keep the pressure on PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, everybody. We still need physical games, man. Because if we go to an all digital world, ownership's going to go out the window. Pricing is going to be fully controlled by these people, which it is now, but even harder. And then they can just change shit. They can, especially in today's world where we have the wokeness and everybody's a pussy, so things get censored all the time. What's to say that in 5 years they think that Jin Sakai going into the hot spring is not suitable for work and it was too much for 2020, and they go in and now he has a bathing suit, a pink bathing suit. Would you be happy about that? Well, if you had a physical copy, they can't change it no matter how much they tried. You just put the fucking game in, you take it off the internet, and you play it. If you have it digitally, every time you download that game, it's going to have the most modern update available for that game. Same thing goes with the licensing with the music, man. I just talked about Grand Theft Auto Vice City, but there's so many games that the music was the thing that really gave us a great experience when we played it back in the early 2000s, and now that they came out with it again as a remaster, they're missing it. Nelson, I've been talking a lot.
That's what sucks about. There's so many games I want to come back on the classic store and stuff, but so much shit use licensed music, and they're not gonna pay that. Go back and find, like, I think of like Sledstorm and shit like that. They're not gonna go find Rob Zombie and fucking strike a new contract. You know what I mean? That's what sucks.
Yeah. Well, I saw a game. Man, I forget. I was watching one of those like top 10 physical games you should buy or whatever, and one of the games dude brought up, I forget the name, but basically the game, they don't even know how it released because it's still in a lawsuit for who owns the name, and already that game is worth like $300 online on eBay because they stopped producing it, they stopped making it till they got the lawsuit, or till they get the lawsuit figured out. And that's if they figure it out. And it's like, man, shit like that, once you buy it physically, they're not going to come to your house and take it from you. Digitally, they can easily say, hey guys, this game should have never been out. Here's a refund and have a great day. We're pulling the game away. They can do that. And that's why I don't like digital. We give them all the control, and, you know, we're paying the same money. You pay $70 digitally, I pay $70 physically. I get it exactly how I bought it. You don't. If they change it. Let's see. Lollipop Chainsaw has trash music on the remaster. Thank you, Josh. I got my physical from Limited Run Games coming. It should be here around December. I'm excited for that. That's why I will rebuy Horizon Zero Dawn Remaster for $50 instead of upgrading. Oh, I do the same thing too. For The Last of Us, I went ahead and bought it. I didn't actually I did the upgrade and I rebought it, but it's still sealed right there. Physical for the win, absolutely. Question: what happens when the only data printed on the disc is authorized key? Well, that's part of the all digital world. That's why I don't want to buy Assassin's Creed Shadows. I fucked up with Avatar. I didn't see it on there, but that's my dilemma with Assassin's Creed Shadow. online required for download. I don't want that. If you're gonna give me a fucking disc, then the game has to be on the disc. Oh well, it needs to be on more than one disc. Well, make it happen. We just got Final Fantasy Rebirth. That's on 2 discs. Like, bro, stop. They're just treating us like we're fucking children, and people are defending the shit. That's the fucking problem. You don't have to like physical. You can say I'm never gonna buy physical again, and a lot of you guys haven't. A lot of you guys haven't bought physical since 2017. That's okay. But the point is, just because you don't buy physical, you shouldn't hope that physical goes away. You're hurting yourself in the long run. All you're doing, it's like the Patriot Act here in the United States. The Patriot Act was initially made after 9/11 so we can spy on terrorist cells across the world with having to go to a regular court to get a warrant. And what happened? Now they use, it's called the FISA court. Now they use that to spy on American citizens. It was never meant for that. But we gave them the fucking authority because we were like, oh, war on terror, 9/11, we got to do everything. And bam, they used it against us. It's the same shit with digital. I don't want us to say, yeah, we want to go all in on digital, and then they're going to use it against you. We already are in a situation where Activision has booted people from the game because of their AI listening system. So if the AI picks up some words that they don't like, you're blocked. You get kicked out of the game. You get a suspension. All because AI says so. And what are your recourses as a gamer to get your shit restored? And we've all experienced this. How many times have we called Sony customer service for an issue and they say some shit like, sorry, we can't help you? How many times, guys? I know I have, especially when the PS5 came out. I was having a hard time with my fucking profiles. And PlayStation's like, what? You need to do this, you need to do that. I'm like, but I can't. I don't have access to that email. Well, sorry, there's nothing we can do for you. Like, come on, guys. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. And once again, I'm reiterating that I don't want digital to go away. I actually want it to expand. But we also cannot say that we want physical to leave. That's just bad business. I want people to be able to consume games how they want to consume games. I don't want either to go away. I buy both since most indies don't get physical. I got my chat muted in COD before. Yeah, I'm the same way. I buy digital too. I mean, I bought Wukong and I buy a couple other things, but I prefer physical because that's where I feel like I get my ownership status. Consumers' rights needs to be adjusted for a digital world. Absolutely, Josh. We need to make a ton of adjustments for that. Earlier I talked about the law in California where they have to state that you are basically not buying, but I don't know, whatever.
You're basically licensing.
Yeah, you're licensing instead of purchasing, which is great verbiage, which is not going to slow people down, right? They're still going to buy the digital game, but at least now they know, which is great. I agree with that, which is shocking because I don't agree with anything California does. What else are we missing here? Man, I tried to get a COD refund during the first closed beta. They wouldn't. Yep. I'm telling you, man, once they have your money digitally, it's a wrap for you. You basically just gave it up. Whenever I buy a digital game, what's in my mind, it's like if I'm going to the casino. I don't go into the casino expecting to win. I go to the casino saying, I'm going to take $400 and this is my spending money for the night. So when I leave here, I expect to be $400 less in my wallet. I don't go in there thinking, I got to
do. I take what I expect to lose.
Exactly. So
what I'm willing to lose.
Exactly. So when I buy a digital game, that's my same thought. Oh, I'm going to buy this game. I know that at any moment it can get pulled and I lost the money. I'm cool with that. So every time I buy a digital game. Now, if you're a guy who's been buying digital games since 2017 and you don't have that mindset, please prepare yourself. Because all it takes is for you to say, hey, you fucking weirdo, you smell like shit. And Sony don't like that. Now your account is blocked and you're fucked. All your thousands of dollars of games that you spent over the years collecting, poof, gone. And it may only be for a day. It may only be for a week. Or it may be permanent. They do need to adjust the refund on digital stores, but they won't. Absolutely not. And remember, another thing, too, that Sony loves about the digital world, whenever Walmart sells their game, Walmart gets their 20-30%. So when you buy a game on the digital storefront, it's all their money, baby. You spend 70, they get 70 right to the fucking nutsack. Anything else you want to talk about, Nelson?
Nah, that's about it.
All right, guys. Well, there you go. Thank you for stopping by at our very first podcast. Nelson was a little under the weather, but hopefully next week he'll feel better. And once again, like I mentioned in my announcement video, this will be a weekly podcast. Right now, we have it set for 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. We may switch the times some weeks, just kind of depends on how things are. Next week, we're going to have RPG 88. I'm trying to get Tornado in here as well. He's 7 hours ahead of us, so we might have to do a podcast early Sunday one day so we can get him in here. And I have no problems with that. I'm here to talk about gaming with the community. I'm not here to grow my channel and make and have you guys dropping bombs. I mean, if that happens, that's cool and all, but that's not our main goal. I'm not here so you guys can pay for my gaming or so I can buy my PS5 Pro and review it for you guys or what. I'm here for none of that. Nelson's not here for none of that either. If it happens, great, but that's not what we're here for. So please stay a little bit flexible. Nelson has been working a shit ton of overtime the last, I don't know, couple months, right, Nelson? Month or so?
Like 3 months.
3 months. So once he's saying that the overtime is going to slow down soon and deer season is done, we're also going to be switching the podcast to his channel for a week. So we'll switch 1 week on mine, 1 week on his channel, and then we'll go back and forth. And the reason we're doing that is so we can grow the community. Nelson has a shit ton of people who follow him. And I would like for them to hear the podcast as well. And just be more flexible, guys. I don't like the format that a lot of YouTubers have, where it's Sunday night, 8 o'clock every week. Be there or be square. Like, I get it, it's consistent, but I just think that's too stiff and too rigid, especially when we have a community that is worldwide. I mean, just in this podcast alone, a
lot of them are doing it for a fucking job too. This isn't my job.
This isn't our job, exactly. Right now on this podcast, we got people from the East Coast of the United States, Central, South, West Coast of the United States. We got Australia in the house. We have the UK in the house. You know, we have Europe in the house. So we have people. What's up, Mr. Righteous Fish? Thank you so much for stopping through. So we have so many people from all over the world that we're missing out on time because of time frame. So this is going to be completely flexible. Also on the channel, starting this week, Tuesday, me and my boy Henry Heck are going to be on the live stream. It's going to be Co-op Tuesdays, just plain live stream. Henry is going to try to come up with some sort of art or thumb drive that we can attach to it. And it's just going to be me and Henry. We're going to be playing co-op games, and we're also going to have guests from the community coming in to play with us. Henry doesn't know this, but I'm going to tell him. Well, I'm going to tell him right now. Either not this week, but next week, we're going to have Rashid himself on the stream. A lot of you guys may know him as Jerk Chicken. Some of you guys may know him as DEI, White Man Steal Your Job, or Black Man Steal Your Job. And he's going to be on the stream on next week, Tuesday, on our second show of the channel. So if you guys want to come on Sunday nights and shoot the shit with us, or if you want to come on the stream on Tuesdays to play some games with us, shoot me, Nelson, Henry, a DM. We're all about, people say this is a community thing. No, this is for real, a community fucking thing. We're not here, what do you call that, Nelson, when you block people? It's like something gating. Backgating or something.
I don't know.
I forget the word, but we're not here cock blocking. All right. If y'all want to hop on, let me know. We'll figure out when we're open.
I call it hitting the pussy button, but
exactly. So that's what we're gonna do. This is a for real community thing. I want your guys' input. What do you guys think? When you guys can come in, you know, I want to have some of you guys. I don't want to get other YouTubers on here. I mean, if I can get them, sure, but I don't want that to be the norm here because they already have their own channels. We hear from them every single fucking week. Like, come on, let's get some fresh voices. Let's get some real gamers. Every single person in this chat is a real gamer. Y'all play games, you beat games. How do I know? Because you guys talk about shit all fucking day, every day, and I fuck with it. There's so many YouTubers out there that do that over playing games. How many guys do you know that do a fucking live on X for 4 hours? How the fuck do you do that and talk about games at the same fucking time when you ain't playing shit? Come on, get with it. So gatekeeping. Thank you, Henry. We're not gatekeeping here. So keep that in mind. Next week, Sunday, it's gonna be me, Nelson, and RPG, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then this Tuesday, our co-op Tuesday, Just Playing live stream with Henry Heck. Nelson, anything you want to tell the people?
No, don't be a pussy.
Don't be a pussy. And if you missed the beginning, I know the stream got broken up into two. Go watch the first one. Give you a quick little synapse. This channel, we're not pussyfooting around. We're not censoring ourselves. We're going to talk exactly how we want to fucking talk. We'll say all the fucking curse words we want to say. We don't give a fuck. We're doing this because we want to. We're not doing this for any ulterior motive. So you want something raw and uncut? This is where it's going to be at from here on out. Otherwise, thank y'all so much for coming in, man. Thank you so much for making it happen for us tonight. And we'll see you guys next week or on Tuesday night. Keep it gaming.